Hey guys, welcome back to my Snowrunner chill let's play. In today's video we should be continuing where we left off in the last one, and we're currently doing oil delivery, which requires us to take oil barrels to the service hub and the service site, and then after that we got another contract we can do pretty much straight on from it. It should be thing. Already got a nice little truck over here, so all good to go pretty much. Do just need to turn around without crashing, would be a bonus. This truck I am really happy with, which I'm not surprised about because it's one I've used previously. In like when it was first released, I used it quite a bit, and I know it's a solid truck. Not sure if you would call it overpowered or not, but it's also just a truck I find quite reliable. Did we have chain tyres on this? Yes, okay, good to know. Generally could not remember. It's got a nice interior as well. Which I find kind of useful. Mirrors are decent as well actually. Thinking about this truck is quite nice. Only thing I'm not the biggest fan of, or like a first person perspective, is how long the nose is. Because you can't really see that well if you're going uphill. But I will say though, from this angle the truck looks very nice. Mainly because of the big nose, but depends on your point as such. It does kind of go along quite nicely though. I haven't really had any issue with it. I don't know where its issues really are. It just is a really solid truck. Like it's not the most powerful thing ever. I mean, it's got like an A rating, so pretty decent. It's not got the best ground clearance, it's not got the biggest tyres, but it just kind of gets you to where you need to go, and that's what I like in a truck. But my main reason why I do like it is because it does have the add-on, which gives it like 300 extra fuel, which is pretty much doubles its range it can go. Which I like trucks that can go far without needing fuel. Like, it's the one thing I wish more trucks could do. So the fact it does do that makes me quite happy. Also, I'm going to apologise if my PC is making a bit too much noise in the background. It seems to just be very noisy today, I don't know why. Yeah, I hope my mic isn't picking up too much. Down here? Yeah, okay. This thing does get along quite nicely. Does okay in the snow as well. This truck is kind of weird because it doesn't really look like it would be that good, but it really doesn't struggle too much. Like deep terrain and deep mud it does struggle with a little bit, but it doesn't really get bogged down too easily. And we've got chain tyres on which aren't great for going through snow or like deep mud, but it will just crawl its way through. Part of the reason is it doesn't really, like a lot of its underbelly bits, I guess you could call it, like the chassis and stuff, doesn't really scrape on the ground too much, even when you're like submerged in mud. Where some vehicles, if they get their like wheels sunken in, they will just stick to the floor pretty much. Whereas this thing doesn't really do that. It's quite nice. Kinda just goes along. I can't really say much bad about it, to be fair. I feel like that's why this truck's quite weird to kind of judge, is most trucks have a downside. Like, if they're really quick and powerful and have big tyres, they're probably going to have a small fuel tank, or guzzle up all their fuel within seconds. So this thing kind of just is probably the most all-round truck I have ever used. So, I don't know where you'd rate it. Oh yeah, I just remembered. Okay, this might be a bit of a trouble for us. So we need to get down the nasty road. This turning circle isn't that bad, to be fair. Like, for the size of the truck, really not that bad. Okay, we gotta go down probably the worst area in this entire map. I'm just gonna check something. Okay, still on 60 FPS, okay. My PC is making a lot of noise for something it really shouldn't be. This game, it doesn't often make that much noise, because I don't run on like max graphics or anything. Not sure why. Right, this bit, basically all you want to do is not go down the middle, because you will get stuck very quickly, unless you're in something that's got like 70-inch tyres. Not tyres as well, to be precise. Like, you need the top tier stuff to get through this. You're just gonna kind of cling to the edge, and even then we still might get stuck, to be fair, but I'll say it being night time is not making me happy. I need a winch, aren't I? Come pull me along. Which generally might be a bit of a struggle. These small tyres do not help you. Now, this terrain is so bad. Come on, power through. There we go. The rest of it shouldn't be that bad. Do need to be careful of tipping, because this area isn't the flattest place ever. This truck does just kind of like crawl along. It probably is one of my go-to trucks for using a trailer with as well. Because typically I don't use trailers that much. Like, some people swear by using trailers. Other people's like the crane cargo, the crane bed trailer combo. I'm not a big fan of that either. I like crane cargo bed. Like that combo a lot. Don't care about having a trailer with that though. Because typically I'd rather have a lighter truck than have a heavy thing which has them pull something as well. Seems a bit of a hassle. Especially since I find, rather than take, say, a trailer, like, even though this has 5 slots, it's sometimes easier to just take a cargo bed, a crane, and overload it, you can get 5 slots on the back of most vehicles quite easily. Especially if it's like 2 metal beams and 1 single slot or something. It's relatively easy, so you don't really miss out too much. Now this bit is the concern. I'm almost regretting trying to even attempt this. Don't know why I did. I should have took the shortcut. There we go. I will say most vehicles, I'll take pretty good, like 70% of vehicles will tip there. Without needing a or anything. Especially if they're a raised vehicle. Where's this thing? I can't remember if we got the raised suspension on this or not. We might do. It hasn't got big tyres either, so it's quite low to the ground. That's having a trailer probably helped a little bit. We're almost there. There's another contract we could do from this place. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. I do remember we had one. So we're going to do contracts back to back. In kind of an efficient way as well. That would be wonderful. I feel like it was a contract that I'm remembering. Could be trouble for us, maybe. Might be pulling that trailer. That might be saddle high actually, I don't know. I need to go and have a look. Was it this one? No, this one. Saddle high, okay, wasn't that? See, this is where I should remember stuff. Did I not accept it? Activate. I think I accepted it. Here we go. So drilling spare parts to the factory. That's what we were going to do, I think. Might be wrong, but... Was it 4 of them? Yeah, perfect. I should have turned around first. There might be a way to turn around. Actually, no, that thing's in the way. Turn you around. Wonderful. Right, we're going to take the shortcut or the detour route because I'm not going back down that bit. And see, the thing I don't know is, you know, this bit sucks. There is like a path on the outside. I'm almost tempted to try it. Because we could get a vehicle to come rescue us if need be. Because I know this bit sucks. This bit I believe sucks. But it's like a little snowy area we might try. We'll see how that goes. I could regret it. But I feel like it's not a bad thing to go try. Now I'm going to plan the rest of the route and be optimistic. So, we'll see. I say it could go really bad, it could also, so because like I said, at some point we've got to pull that trailer somewhere. Which I would rather, if there's an easier way to take it, that'd be great for us. So we're going to have to probably get the P16 for that. Because I don't really have any, nothing specialised for high saddle other than the P16. Which is not a bad truck by any means, but How good it does in snow. Be quite heavy with these as well, I reckon. She made it cruise along quite nicely. I'm not going to even attempt to take the thing, as I feel like tipping with a bunch of things that will end up in the water, which isn't where you really want them. Snowy, isn't it? I remember now. Am I even on it? Right, that looks like the path was going to the left, but apparently it's not. Okay, we're gonna need to crawl through this. Making progress. I'm gonna be interested to see if we can actually make it past this like side where I want to take, because I feel like it's worth the risk. If I get stuck, we'll get something to go pull me out, probably the base though, which I don't think we've used yet on this map. Got some damage, only one, but hopefully it'll be daytime soon as well. Because it could be like deep snow with deep mud, or it could be just snow. My engine did not want to go no more. So now we want to go to the left somewhere. Now I'm not going to trust the waypoint where I've put it, because the map sometimes is misleading. I mean, if it's snowy, really, depends what the ground's like underneath it. There does seem to be kind of way through the trees around the edge. Because that side path you can take it, it's just got loads of like branches and stuff which kind of can stop you and then you sink. I think that way's better than the other way, but I think this way might generally be the way. So far away. Oh, yeah, that's 100% from now on. I'm taking this shortcut. A little bit deep. Okay. That might generally be a risk I took that's paid off a lot. Okay, the side route is the one to take. The only thing you've got to be careful with a few trees. And I done it in higher that diff's on. Previously, to go with through the normal route I took, that was a bit more of a struggle. I had to go low, I had to winch, then it got stuck. It's a big difference. Okay, that was a good test. See, sometimes it's worth the test. Because you might find a way that is quicker or easier. The only downside is you might also find a way that gets you completely stuck and then you have to either rescue yourself or recover. It's kind of the trade-off, I guess. Let me get back in there. How much fuel we got? Ooh, actually burned through quite a lot. I do feel like going through snow burdens so much, because you have to kind of keep the wheels spinning enough to keep going. And your engine's pretty much working full rev the entire time. Which I can only imagine doesn't do that well for your fuel. Right, let's go get some more fuel. Again, we're paying for it these days. Money's not too much of an issue. Yeah, we've only got 16 grand, mainly because we bought a bunch of upgrades for this thing. Which it probably didn't even need, I just wanted them. I still want to get the add-on for the fuel. Because once I get that, we'll be for such long journeys. Which it'll be more useful on maps that don't have fuel stations anywhere. Or like limited fuel on the map. Which I think the only ones that do are later maps, typically. Most of the base games pretty much have traders everywhere in a way, or fuel stations. I think, I will say, this thing is kind of like if someone wanted a truck that will just go forward, has lots of fuel on it, and will just get you to where you need to go at a moderately fast pace, this is the truck. It's just such a good all-rounded thing. Although I can't decide whether it's overpowered or not. Because I know a lot of like the DLC trucks, like the 6 Mastodon or whatever it's called, is pretty much top for like being the most overpowered truck in the game. Which I'm kind of on the fence whether I like it or not, because at the end of the day, it makes the game more fun for you to play. Use whatever you want. Even people use like mods of like super overpowered vehicles. If that's how you enjoy the game, go for it. At the end of the day, play to enjoy it rather than make yourself suffer kind of thing. But I kind of like the challenge of sometimes using a vehicle a little bit less capable. So obviously not to the point where like I'm gonna sit in the mud for half an hour. I don't know where this vehicle sits because it does feel kind of good, but it's not outrageously overpowered. I don't know. Have we done that? Wonderful. That actually went quite smoothly. Okay, the missions are kind of flying in now. I do almost want to do you today. We might give it a go. It's relatively easy actually. You know what, let me get the P16. Don't know if we have it out yet. These are only two big trucks. I can't transport you. Okay. Probably. Oh, you just looked at it. Okay, that's fine. Got anything special for you? I'd love to know why winches are so expensive. Okay. Let's get you at them. What a beast. Got a bit of fuel in you. Where am I going? Oh yeah, there. I'm gonna hope you have fuel, if so you're near so I can refuel you, so it won't be an issue. Now we're gonna go down this way. I don't know how this thing does in snow. But we do know it should be good for pulling this. It's a big old boy. I do kind of love this truck, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I think in many videos when I last used it, if it just had a bit more power, I would love it. Like, it would be one of my favourites. But it's empty and it's got a B plus for power, which isn't really what you need. Because you put weight on the back, plus you're in some mud, it's going to be stalling every 2 seconds in high. It's not a bad truck, I like trucks that they have the power I need when I need it. Which, annoyingly for this vehicle, its tyres are quite good. Kind of then, it's like just, if it had more power, it'd be great. But its tyres are really good because it's got, I don't know what the technical term is, but they're like heavier tyres. And the way the game calculates, like, power has something to do with how heavy the tyres are. So you can pull a lot more, depends on how heavy your tyres are. Which is a really weird thing, but it's just the way the game kind of does its thing. So, all you need to know is this truck's got very heavy tyres. Which means it can pull heavier things. That was a bad waypoint. These all with waypoints might be a bit bad actually. Yeah, okay. So I got mildly lost for some reason. I done them too weird. I should have done them from this bit. I mean, you could probably make it through the mud, to be fair. It's up half. Luckily our tyre tracks are still here. So anything is a little bit confusing. This thing flies through snow. It's got a tiny bit of mud on it. Mainly just snow though, which isn't going to be too bad for most vehicles. I'm actually really impressed. The only concern I have got is there's some trees that we're going to be taking a big trailer through here. Let me just get rid of these because I put them in really bad spots. just got to drive back down here, grab the trailer, drive it out, we're good to go. Should be relatively straightforward, but I feel like we're going to have some issues probably. I know we don't want to take we want to take the side route for this bit. Because if you try and take it on that, like, angle, you're gonna tip. Need to be a little bit careful of this bit. You don't really want to tip down this side at any point. Because if you do tip down this bit, you're pretty much in for a long day. And we don't want to be part of that. Especially, like, even without a trailer, I don't feel that safe doing this. It seems pretty wide though, so it should be fine. I'm just gonna check. You are the P16. I guess for what it could have been the P12, I get them two muddled up quite easily. Kind of bad to be calling it the wrong vehicle. To be fair, part of me thinks it might be able to take the trailer through there, but we're just gonna take the snow route, I think. I think it's doing alright. A little bit of wheel spin, but that's fine. It does actually seem to go quite well through snow. Wow, how it's going to be for power carrying this thing though. Because I don't remember how heavy this trailer actually is. I've seen people use like highway trucks to pull it. I'm just like, I like to use a truck that's adequate for the job. And using the little highway truck seems, I mean, the thing is, it's doable. It's just not going to be fun for you though, unless you like suffering, I guess, then be my guess, but can't say I'm the biggest fan of that. I forgot, oopsie, I thought the hitch was further back. It's just, plan the route we're gonna take. I kinda wish I had a better, like, I didn't need to plan routes so much. But I know if I don't, I'm gonna get lost, and then I'm gonna end up not where I want to be. Because my sense of direction is appalling. Like, it's not great. I get lost in many different games, scenarios, life, anything like that. Direction is probably one of my worst things, which is not ideal. Games especially, I get lost. It's also any sort of like game that has like a repetitive area where you're kind of going around, like exploring as such. I find I'll get lost so many times and end up being in the same area for a while before I realise I need to get out to go a different way or something like that. Okay, this is actually going to be a really heavy thing. To be fair, the Royal BM might have been okay with this, just because that thing's got stupid power. But, well, again, I want to use something different as well. I like changing up my vehicles. go through here. Gonna just kind of take out some trees, but it should be fun. Yeah, this is pretty much as heavy as this thing can take. Vehicle's got had a upgrade in the last update. They buffed its, I want to say its tyres again. I think it made them heavier or something. Which, I'll be honest, I haven't really noticed the difference. I still think they should give this thing a better engine. Because that's kind of where it lacks in my opinion. So right now the engine's stalling. And even in low it's still going to be... Like you can see when your wheels do like this little stop start type of thing, it's not good for you. It basically means you don't have enough power to spin your wheels to keep them moving. And if you're going up a hill or something and your vehicle just stops but your wheels aren't turning, basically means it's the lack of power. Which is not really what you want. I'd rather have a truck with too much power that spins its wheels all the time than a truck that doesn't spin its wheels. Because this is struggling. Which I can understand why it would be, but... I do kind of wish it wasn't struggling though. Like, the P16 in real life is such a powerful truck. Game, I feel like they've kind of neglected that power of it. I don't think high's going to work, is it? Well, it might better stay in it for a bit. Yeah, this thing is a little bit top heavy as well. Come on. Oh, this thing's struggling so much. But it's really just got no power to it. This train's not easy for it though. Even self-flash thing should still be able to at least pull. Okay. With a bit, I don't know if it's getting caught on something. Might just be the angle of the bank is kind of going up. Biggest fan of that angle we're currently at, but seems to be okay. Can you like flatten out a bit, please? Once we get out of this, we're pretty much just on road now then, so it should be straightforward after this. I'm gonna see if I get this thing through the trees. It's not gonna be as bad though as the a trailer we done in Michigan, which had like the railing at the side of it, because that was a little bit more of a pain. Everything's quite tucked in nicely, so luckily we can see our tyres as well, so we know the route to take. There is a fairly big gap for the trees. I mean, if this thing can fit through here, most trucks will fit through, so... Okay, yeah, this route definitely seems to be the way. There's one tiny bit of deep mud, that's about it. I'm really stalling. Have I hit something? Isn't that log stopping? No. Why I stop? I'm probably caught a tree with a trailer. I'm seeing things, I don't know what's caught me though. Okay. Something's caught my trailer, I think. Oh, it's that, I think. That would do it. Didn't really see that, I'll be honest. I'll go this way then. That's gonna catch me now, isn't it? Okay. New plan. That's risky. Okay, got one wheel. So keep rocking, and then all the wheels can get over it. Okay, it's a tiny bit of a pain that was, but... And we're pretty much out now. Yeah, definitely an improvement to going that way. Right, now we've just got a bit of road. Dragging it along stuff again. Should have the fuel for it, hopefully. I mean, we're out of the mud now, so... Alternate's gonna be difficult, actually. Not liking this. Please just drive over the railing. That just glided over, wonderful. Well, we got a bit of road to drive on. Truck is actually really wide compared to the roads. As I say that, if you move, you're kind of parked in a bad place. You're almost there. It's not actually been too bad a mission, to be fair. I mean, if we can finish up 2 contracts in an episode, I'd say it's a good episode. I think we've still got a bunch of tasks to still do on other maps. We need to get to other maps as well. Do all the contracts we can on this place, then we'll go on to the next one. I don't remember the maps being too bad. I remember some upgrades being in slightly unnice spots. But nothing too bad, really. I know one map's like 90% road. One is, I can't remember too much about it. It has a nasty, like, icy banked road when you get through the tunnel. About all I remember, really, so. It's £3 for that. Cool. I think that's where we're going to leave it for today, as we've had a fairly successful time. So, I'd say that's good. But yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed. If you have, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.